Holy smokes. And we're live. We're live. Oh, man. Hopefully, it's not going to be one of these. Hold on for a second, guys. I've been having technical All right. Hopefully that's a bit better. How you guys doing? Puro Chicano U-turn. Welcome. I'm Chicano Steve. Welcome to the Brown and Chicano podcast. As always, guys, the kings and queens of the world. Shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to Teresa, to T. Love you, amiga. Shout out to Slab City TV, Carlos, the compita. Shout out to Stoic from New Zealand. Shout out to Slab City News. What's up, brother Evan? King Kang. Yeah, buddy. All right, look, looks like we got our buddy right here. What's up, man? Johnny.
What's going on, everybody? What's up, Chicano Steve?
Charlie.
It's hella hot out here, bro. That's why I got no shirt on right now. It's freaking hot, Aguascalientes, bro. Super hot.
All right, you're in. Yeah. Dude, I don't know what the heck's going on.
Can you hear me?
Órale. You like that was? Damn, dude. Look at you, man. You look in shape, bro. Mira nomás.
It's the tacos, like bro.
You've been working out.
A little bit, bro.
Yeah,
a little
man.
bit, you know. It's hella hot. That's why I got no shirt
todo,
on, man.
Man.
It's freaking so hot out here, bro. Hella hot. Central Mexico's almost tropical. Oh damn! I think he stepped out. I may be still alive. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hope everyone's doing okay.
Charlie, I don't know what happened, dude. I pressed the wrong button.
It's all good, bro.
Looks like somebody else is here. Let me see who it is. We've got another guest. No. What happened? No, I guess not. Yeah, dude. No, I'm over here. It's like the weather's kind of fair, man. But I got the fan on, dude, because I've been sweating too, man. I've been sweating a lot too.
Bro, it's freaking hot out here. I think it was the news said it got to 95, but my car measured 102 for some reason. So I think it was past 95 for sure, you know. Because I don't live inside of Aguascalientes. I live in the outskirts. And so it's a little more like valley out here, so it gets a little hotter, you know. But yeah, man, how you been, bro? We haven't gone live in a minute.
Yeah, no, brother, man, I'm really happy to see you, brother, man. To be honest with you, man, I kind of missed you, man. To be honest with you, like that, como carnales, you know, como hermanos. To be honest with you.
I missed you too, brother. Hey, man, I just been so busy with the family, trying to get settled into this apartment, dude. Trying to find work. I was looking for I was getting all my Mexican papers, you know, in line because I had a few little things to get out here that I didn't have on me. you know, there's a few little documents that they require for you to start working out here. And I was shy. Those documents. Oh, all right, bro. Salud, salud. I got my little pipe in my hand right here. You know.
Hey.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man. So I've missed you guys too, bro. I've missed, you know, being on here and talking to you, listening to your stories, bro, and just kind of chopping it up like we usually do, you know.
Yeah, it's because not too many people, have that kind of, chemistry where we're able to have a conversation, and it's like a very mutual. It's a friendship, man. It's a friendship where we kind of understand each other, and we have that respective boundary where, it's like, como se llama, how some other people you're talking with, man, they talk over you or they don't let you talk, and
yeah,
or they're too rude, they're rude about it or whatever, and
right.
and yeah, so yeah.
No,
my I was going to show. I told the other people, what was it, last weekend? I was telling people, I was teasing people that they had a surprise for them, and I wanted to show everybody that I had like a sort of like a surprise for everyone. And I don't think I've showed you yet, brother.
What is
Check
it?
this out.
Oh, that's sick, bro. I like that.
I got it redone.
I like that, dude. It looks nice. Let me see. I can't really make that one out, though.
Charlie, I can't even see myself. See? Oh, it's because I have to move it the opposite.
Oh.
In loving memory of Victor, mi carnal.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was your brother or what?
Simón Paito, mi carnal Paito.
Oh, okay.
That was I got that when I was like 14 years old after he died.
Oh, really?
And yeah, brother. So right after, and it was one of his homies too. One of his Scooby from 40th Street was the one that actually did it for me. And check this one out right here, dude. This was the kicker right here.
Chicano U-turn, órale. There you go.
Puro That's Chicano nice. U-turn. Now it's official.
Now it's official, huh?
Now I'm gonna trademark it and everything, dude. It's gonna be trademarked. En serio. I'm gonna try to get me I'm gonna make me a email so that nobody will catch it before I do. Hopefully nobody has. And if I could trademark that name, I'll trademark it too. Like just for the hell of it.
I bet you can, bro. Hell yeah.
And then somebody's gonna try to buy it off of me. Well, it's gonna cost them a couple $100,000. So they really want it that bad.
Yeah, you could probably get a little more than that. Probably maybe like 10 grand at least, bro. Like, hey, you really want this, bro? That's a marketing name right there. You can market that.
I'm talking serious. I'm gonna try to find out. I'm gonna try to find out how I can do that.
Yeah, you just have to go to patent. So you got to patent it. You got to patent your idea.
Yeah. And so I just put Chicano U-turn, but I should have told her to put puro Chicano U-turn, que se oiga más con firmeza,
Yeah.
And puro Chicano U-turn. Pues ya casi todos me andan conociendo así. Todos estos güeyes que andan acá también, all these fools that kick it over here, pues todos me dicen Chicano. They say, hey, what's up with this fool? Like, me dicen a mí el Chicano. Chicano Steve. That's my name. Chicano U-turn. Y pues ya me miran.
I wonder if Chicano is I wonder if that term came from the Spanish caste system. Because the Spanish I think they had like 26 different races denominated. And one of those races I just found out was the term cholo. That's where the term cholo comes from. Cholo is basically un mestizo mixed with another brown person, and the outcome of that mixture, the Spanish used to call them cholos. So that's where that term cholo comes from. But I wonder if Chicano is another term that the Spanish use, because they had, like I said, bro, if you mixed with like a black and a Spanish, it's mulatto, right? And then if it was like indigenous and Spanish, it was mestizo. And
Mestizo.
then if it was a mestizo with a black person, it was a different thing. And if it was this and this, it was a different thing. They had 26 different things, bro, that you could be. And one of those things was cholo. So I wonder if Chicano was another one of those terms, you know, like maybe one of those mixtures. Could be.
Well, you know what? Where I heard the term cholos, they call them cholas or cholos. Them fools are like from South America, como allá en Perú y todos esos güeyes.
I heard that too. Yeah.
Se dicen que son cholos, you know, like son como like indigenous people. O sea, esa es una chola, eso es un cholo. Right, you know, it's un indigenous person, and the way that I got it, and the way that I understood the Chicano term, it's a Mexican American person that a lot of these fools back in the Zoot Suit times and everything, these fools they started giving us names. The people that were living here, like the Jewish and the Polacos and the other people, you know, from the eastern side of the country, you know, that were coming over here to the west coast, and they will see us like, pinches Chicanos, you know, I hate them, or you know, they were kind of racist about it, you know. So that's like a political term.
That could be it too, and then also it reminds me of the term. It reminds me of the term mexica. You know, because that was the original naming of the Mexican people from like the Aztec people. They actually didn't call themselves Aztecs. They called themselves Mexicas. You know, so it kind of reminds me of that term, like Mexica, Mexicano, Chicano, kind of like that. I don't know if there's any correlation, but it kind of reminds me of that term. But yeah, it's interesting, man. I don't know why. Well, I mean, the Spanish, they were, I guess, innately racist, right? And so they had to like divide. And actually, the more pure Spanish you were, the higher up you were in the caste system, and so you could get better jobs, you know, than if you had like more indigenous type of look. And so yeah, it was just kind of weird, man, that they did that. But yeah, some of the terms like cholo, definitely, like you said, you know, the Peruvian people also use that term, but you know, the Spanish were also in Peru, so I'm sure
that was the fools that were started putting them like that. Yeah, came from all them fools. Yeah,
it was those guys. Yeah, it was those guys. And now it's funny because here in central Mexico, it's such a mixture, bro. Like you see really dark Mexicans, and then you see some like white people, like the white Mexicans, but they look like from Spain, bro. Like they're just white, you know, like really white. They got the green eyes and they got the blonde hair.
Yeah.
It's a trip. It's so diverse here, but they're all Mexican. You know what I mean? It's just kind of interesting.
Yeah, brother, man. Sí, está la cosa, man. Hey, man, so I've been wanting to know, man, and I'm sure a lot of people are gonna want to know how the heck that you ended up over there, dude. Like, you know, I know you said part of it in your video. You know, it's like the trip that you had over there in the slabs. Tell us what happened over there, dude. I wanted to know, like, you know, we never got into in depth with it, you know. If it's okay with you, of course.
That's like, cool. I mean,
tenías que venir para acá, pero ya ves, you know, man, it just freaking sick as a dog, man. And I didn't want you to see me like that, dude. And I wish I could have had you with me over here, man, for reals.
Yeah.
Now I regret it. I was like, man, lo hubiera dejado que me mire todo jodido. Pero
It's all good, man. Hey, look, everything happens for a reason. It was not the time, but that doesn't mean that, maybe in the future you can come over here to my house, bro. Aquí
Yeah.
en tu casa, bro, you could always come over here. But the original idea, see, so what happened was I ended up selling my RV, right, in Sacramento. And that's what kind of kicked everything off because I sold my RV. I actually wasn't even planning to sell my RV, and I was cleaning out my RV, and this guy was driving by with a truck, and he's like, "Hey, how much do you want for your RV?" And I said, "Well, it's really not for sale." And he's like, "Well, let me take a look at it, and maybe I could offer you some money." I'm like, "All right, man, you can come take a look." So push came to shove, bro. He's like, "Hey, man, I'll give you 7 grand." I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." He offered me 8 grand. And then I think he came to look at it and he was trying to get it for like 65. Anyway, I think he gave me like 7.75 or something like that. He gave me like 7 grand, around 7 grand. I forget exactly what it was now. I forget if it was exactly 7 or 75. But anyway, he gave me some money and I'm like putting my belongings into my Acura because I still had my vehicle. And I'm putting my belongings into my trunk. And I'm like, well, here we go again. I got to live in my car again. And I have like papers everywhere and I got shit everywhere. And I'm like, you know what, bro? I'm like, I need to get the fuck out of here. I need to get the fuck out of here. So, um, I contacted Chicano Steve, and then you were like, hey, I haven't been feeling all right. And I was like, yeah, that's cool, man. No worries. And I was like, fuck it. I'm still going to go down south. So I ended up getting by LA, and I think I mentioned, yeah, I'm around here and stuff. And then, but
And I got
but
the I got the message late, dude. Like later on, I got it late. I didn't read it till like later on, dude. Y dije, chingue su madre.
It's all good, man. I had decided because I was already in LA, and I was like, well, what am I gonna do? So I was like, I'm just gonna drive to the slabs. So I drove to the slabs, and of course I landed with Waterboy, and everything was cool. Me and Waterboy
Was
are
he
cool. So
surprised?
what
Did you
happened?
give him like a heads up or anything like that, or you just showed up?
I gave him a heads up when I was close, I think, or I don't remember. I'm not sure. I think when I had decided to go down to the slabs, and then I think I let him know. But
Mm.
but he knew I was going. He ended up knowing, so I ended up going to his camp, and everything was cool. Like I said, it's so funny. I got a hater the other day on my channel, and he called me a chomo, right? And it's just look, this place. And normally, I just battle the fuck out of these guys. I love my haters because they give me a reason to argue. I love arguing. But in this case, I just didn't have the energy for it. I just blocked them. But it's funny because the very first person I met, Sarah Jane in the slabs, they were when they were done with her, they were accusing her of being a chomo, right? And this is why people need to ask for paperwork because it's so easy to throw that word around. I have kids, you know and I don't even feel that I need to defend that, but at the same time it's like, hey, if you guys have some paperwork on me, go ahead and make it public knowledge, right? But don't sit here and try to act like you're some kind of fucking keyboard warrior and you're deciding to just call me a chomo for no reason. Fuck you. But it's just weird because a lot of these people that have had anything to do with the slabs, it's word to offend somebody or to try to single somebody out. You know, I don't know if this guy particular slabs or anything, but he decided to use that word with me. And it's just, a part of me was like laughing, and a part of me was angry, and a part of me was like, fuck you. But it's like, these people, they have nothing to do, bro. They really got nothing to do. You know what I mean? But like I said, go ahead, look my name up. My name is Jonathan Bertadillo. You can find anything. If I have anything on record, you guys could look me up, look up my name. And I promise you, I have none of that shit on my history, and nor will I ever. But yeah, to throw that word around, guys, come on. You guys are fucking retarded. But yeah, anyway, so I went to the slabs. I was at the slabs for a while. I spent some time with Waterboy, at his camp. And I got to see how he serves the community some food. It's actually a very beautiful thing. I actually met this unpleasant person. They call him T or TD, and there's layers and layers on this guy. He's like a fucking an onion, right? And every layer you peel, there's a different man and a different purpose and a different agenda. And this guy, he's an asshole. He's an asshole, even though, there's good parts about him, but just the way I think he's crazy, bro, and I had to get the fuck out of there partly because of him. But so I left the slabs, and then I was like, well, what am I going to do now? And I'm like, a part of me wanted to head back to Sacramento, but then I was like, what am I going to do in Sacramento? Just live in my car? So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go to Mexico, right? But I didn't want to go through Mexicali. So what I ended up doing was I went towards Arizona, right? And I'm going towards Arizona so I can cross down. What is that border town right there in Arizona?
Yuma? Is it Yuma?
No, it wasn't Yuma. Fuck, I always forget where I crossed. But anyway, it was some crossing. It was some border crossing in Arizona. And it wasn't Phoenix. I went past Phoenix. I don't know what it was. I can't think of it right now. Nogales. That's what it was. Nogales. Yeah. So I crossed Nogales, and I just kept going, bro. Kept going. I was like, all right, man, I'll make it to I was like, I'll make it to fucking Aguascalientes, because it's kind of north. It's like smack in the middle of Mexico. It's like one of the most central, I think it's the most central state in the whole country. But some people consider it. Yeah, but some people consider it north for some reason. But because I think northern states are really close. Like we have Durango really close, and Durango's considered north, and stuff like that. So anyway, I thought I could make it, and I'm like, all right, I'm I started driving. I knew enough. I didn't know about the permit, but I knew enough to know that I needed Mexican money to pay tolls. So I went to the money exchange house, and I exchanged fucking I was like $300 or something like that. And I was on my way, and then everything was cool. I was in Sonora, I was in Hermosillo, I was, going through Guaymas. And then next thing you know, once I started getting close to the state of Sinaloa, everything was fucking horrible. We had these checkpoints, and these guys, it was sketchy. We had these checkpoints where these police guys, they didn't really seem like police because they had the police gear on, but a couple of these guys were covered in jewelry. They had rings with diamonds, and they had fucking necklaces. They looked sketchy as fuck. They had gold teeth and shit, right?
What
and
the heck?
Yeah, bro. They looked like some sketchy ass motherfuckers, and they have police uniforms on, right? So they stopped me and they're like, "Where's the permit for your car?" I'm like, what fucking permit? I didn't know there was supposed to be a permit, or I was supposed to get a permit. And I told him, I was like, "Hey man, look, you know, how much is this gonna cost me? Like, I'm offering them a bribe because I know how Mexico works, and I know that even though I don't have this legal permit, if I give them some money, that they'll still let me go through." So, they're asking for like $200. So I'm offering them like $100. They're talking pesos, and I don't want to
Yeah.
waste my pesos. I didn't want to waste my pesos because I only changed fucking $300, and I needed that money to cross the tolls. They're not going to accept my American dollars at the tolls, right? So I
Yeah.
was like, so I offered him $200. The guy, he said no fucking way. He said he was going to arrest me. He actually showed me the cuffs. He's like, "I'm going to arrest you." And then I'm like, and then oh no, he asked me for $300. He's like, "Give me $300." I was like, "All right, man, I'll give you $300." So I gave him $300. And then, like 20 minutes later, I keep going down the same fucking highway. And 20 minutes later, another checkpoint. And I'm like, "Fuck, man."
Man.
And the same thing, except it was like this skinny ass fucking dude that you could knock out with your breath, bro. He's just
Oh,
fucking
mal nutrido ese güey.
bien malnutrido way. Like, it looks like he ate
Yeah.
nothing but tortillas his whole life, fool. And he's like, and that fool was like, "Where's the permit? Where's the permit to your car?" I'm like, "Hey, man," I was like, "I just gave you motherfuckers money like 20 minutes ago, bro." I'm like, and the dude's like, "Well, we don't know who those dudes are." He goes, "We're looking for contraband." So they stripped my car, bro. They put up a little like plastic bench, and they start taking up all my clothes and all my belongings that I had in my fucking car and putting them on the bench and looking at my spare tire and tapping my tires and looking at they start like taking out moldings out of my fucking vehicle, bro. And they're looking for
Man.
contraband, right? And the dude comes up to me, right? And he goes, "I know you got weed in here." But they had no dogs, right? But I was like, all right, if I lie to this motherfucker, it's going to be worse. So I was like, "Yeah, man, I got weed in here." He's like, "You do?" I was like, "Yeah, I do." I was like, "But I have a medical condition, and I have a license from the United States that, allows me to purchase and use." He's like, "Well, let me see your license." So I showed him my digital license, and they looked it up, and it came back that I had a medical condition, and that's why I smoke weed. And so he couldn't really do anything about that, but he did confiscate. I had bought like an ounce, and he confiscated the ounce of weed. And they asked me for another $200. So I gave them $500, and I gave them an ounce of weed, bro. And right after that, I'm like, "Fuck this highway."
Damn.
I was like, "Fuck this highway." So I started taking the back cuts, bro. I'm taking these little fucking back roads and fucking up the little boonies, up, like these rural ass areas that like they got no pavement. They hardly have any gas stations. They're like fucking just going around all these little towns, fool. And then I had to stop at this sketchy town in Sinaloa, so I stopped there for the night, and it was sketchy as fuck. And then the next day, I finally got to Aguascalientes. I went all the way around towards Guadalajara. Actually, Nayarit is the first state, so I went through Nayarit and then all the way up to Guadalajara, and then I went north towards Aguascalientes, and then landed at my cousin's
Man.
house. Yeah, but I
That
was
was like a big
avoiding.
circle, dude. If you had to go
Oh
through Yariri, Guadalajara, dude,
yeah, I
you
went
know,
all the way around because I could have gone through Durango. Actually, I could have gone through Coahuila, Durango, and all that. and
Yeah.
then I could have just made it to Aguascalientes. It would have been a lot easier, but there's more checkpoints right there.
I wish
So
I wish I had a
I
map right here in front of me, dude.
yeah.
Mexico, the whole thing. That would have given me like an idea. But see, I know
Yeah.
what you're telling me, dude. Like that was a big circle. I mean, you had to go west all the way back. After being over there, it's kind of like
the way around. Yeah, I went all the way around, fool, because I kind of looked up where the checkpoints would have been, and I noticed that I shouldn't go through those states, and so I went all the way around, dude, and I didn't hit a single checkpoint after that, and it's been hella smooth out here, even though I don't have my permit. Like I don't get stopped out here. The cops don't stop me out here. I've had cops behind me for fucking miles, and they never stopped me. The only reason why they would stop me is if like I ran a stop sign, or if I fucking, if I did something stupid I wasn't supposed to do, if I was speeding or whatever, then they probably would stop me. But if I'm like doing everything by the book, to Mexican standards, because it's weird out here. Some of the driving is weird out here. Like you'll see a stoplight and you're not supposed to stop. Like at a blinking red light, you're not supposed to stop, even though it's a stoplight. It's an actual stoplight, but it blinks. It's blinking red. You're not supposed to stop. And I didn't know that. Coming from my mentality, I'm looking at it red. I think I'm supposed to stop, then go. And
Yield.
I'm getting honked. Yeah. And I'm getting honked at. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to stop. And then I realize you're not supposed to stop at that one in particular. So it's kind of funky. It's you have to really get used to it. Plus, they drive like really close to the back of your car, like really close to the back of your car. And I'm not used to that, because in the U.S., you usually give yourself, enough distance to stop, and they don't. Yeah. They don't really do that, 15, 20 feet. You're supposed to have a certain amount of space between you and the other car, and they don't do that at all. Like
they have that on the. They got it right there on the what you call it on the exams. When you do the test, they tell you how far apart you're supposed to be. You're supposed to catch it right. It's around 15, 20 feet or something like that.
I think it's around.
They fools are tailgating you then over there.
Well, but they don't really consider it tailgating. It's just the way they drive. They drive so close to you, So now, and it's easy to miss a turn here, because if you're not from here, you don't really know the streets, and they're driving so close to the back of your car. So you're trying to drive away from them, closer to the car in front of you, just to give the guy in the back space. And, you'll miss a lot of turns that way, because some of the turns there's a lot of one-way streets here. It's just a hassle, but I'm learning, that's why I like living kind of in the outskirts, because it's not really in Aguascalientes, where there's a lot more traffic, a lot more vehicles, a lot more people. But, I'm in this little town that's outside of the actual Aguascalientes. It's like maybe 10 minutes away. And it's just a cute little town that I live in, bro. Super small, super cute. They got everything here. They got the Oxxo, the Aurrera, which is like a little Walmart. They got, the rotisserie chicken, the fucking carnitas, the fucking tacos. They got everything out here. Everything you can think. And it's it's like super small little town, dude. There's like 2 main streets, and then there's like homes that, and actually tomorrow they have the flea market, which I love the flea market, because it's a really long street, and they sell all kinds of things. They sell, fruit and meat. It's like a meat market. It's like they sell like drapes and pillows and fucking cushions and all kinds of shit. Anything you could really think of. And like I bought a little shaving tool there, so I could shave my little mustache. it was like 120 pesos, which is like $7 or something like that. You know what I mean? But it works, bro. It's like a little made in China. You know what I mean? But I bought it there in the little flea market, and they sell the Mexican waters, you know, which are like they make water out of like pineapple and chia seeds, or they make, you know, lemonade, or they make like agua de guayaba, or like they make just all these different flavors of, you know, and it's so hot because you're walking around. The cool thing about the tianguis is that it's covered, so you at least have some of that shade off of you, you know, for the sun. But at the same time, it's just hot. It's really, there's a lot of people. It's crowded. It's hot. It's usually hot here anyway. And so you see these guys, and they have these big ass things of water, you know, and they're just pouring people, and you see the ice and you see the water and stuff, and you're just like, oh man. And they're usually pretty good. So I like doing that. But yeah, man, I've just been trying to get settled in here. That's all I've been trying to do. You know, that's really all I've been trying to do.
I figure that, man. You know, I kind of figure that. I figure that, you know, that he was trying to settle in. That's why, you know, I was like, no, pues you know, déjalo. He's trying to settle in. You know, it's like, that's why it wasn't. You know, at those moments, it's not about putting each other pressure, nothing like that. You know, this is all like what we're doing is just kind of like, you know, es como se llama. For me, for me, just a challenge for myself, you know. With it's try to be as consistent as possible. People start seeing, it's, yeah,
Oh, I think his thing broke off. Yeah, I was trying to listen to what he had to say, but it was a little hard to make out what he was saying at the moment. Yeah, hello? I can hear you, but it's a little choppy.
Oh, we'll see you back. I mean, when you go to the place like, I mean, I imagine you have to settle yourself in. Initially, man, come on, you go into a different dang country. You know, you have to go settle in, especially when you're trying to get your marbles, try to get your bearings. You know, you gotta try to settle in a place like that. You don't know anyone. You limited people, even just family.
Yeah, so I'm hearing what he's saying. He's basically saying that you know, when you move to a different country, of course, you're going to need some time to settle in, get your bearings, you know. And that's exactly right. You know, that's what's been going on with me, is that I've been trying to look for a job, been trying to look for some sort of. I feel like if I get, I feel like if I get like a routine going and like a stable life, then I'll start getting
Johnny,
mentally.
Hey, brother, sorry to cut you off. Were you talking this whole time, dude?
No.
Hey, because you cut off like for like you were gone for like 2 minutes almost, like about a minute or something, dude. You were gone.
Really?
And I was talking. Yeah, I was talking to myself, dude, and like you were gone. I was like, Johnny. y pues no dice tu nombre, pero I couldn't see you.
I thought I was adding on to what you were saying because I heard what you were saying, you know, and I was adding on to that. Hold on, let me turn this off.
Yeah, he just came on right now, dude. Like, y te estaba llamando, like, hey, Johnny. Y pues no, yeah, the response.
Yeah, man, I'm a little bit sore. But yeah,
dude,
bro,
you're looking big, dude. You're looking huge, man. You look at your chest, man. You look big, dude. Like compared to the way you
compared to how I was,
I saw you the other time, dude. Like the other times that I seen you, like, you know, like without your shirt. When you did like a little video without your shirt. You were like still over there living over there at your pops, your mom's house.
Yeah.
Ahorita mira cómo andas, canijo. You're like, dude, you're swollen, dude.
I've gained a little bit of weight, man. I've been so I'm 39, right? And I'm gonna turn 40. And when you're 30, I think it starts when you're 35. You naturally start losing testosterone at 35. It starts declining. You know, and so I have had a history with anabolics, and I know I don't know a lot about it, but I know enough about it to know how to take them, what to take. You know, I'm not taking like 2 cc's or anything like that. I started actually with half a cc, you know, and I started about a month ago. So this is probably a month of tacos and going to the gym and you know, taking a little bit of hormones, you know. But I'm not going to overdo it. You know, I used to stack 5 different steroids before, and that's not very healthy. Right now, I'm just doing testosterone. I have a Masteron that I want to open up, but that's usually you want to do Masteron at the end of your cycle because Masteron doesn't turn to estrogen like testosterone can. If you overload your body on testosterone, that's why I microdose, because if you do too much, then it's just too much for your body. So, but if you microdose, you know, you're already declining. So, what is that? Oh, there you go. See? There you go. Yeah, that's cool, man. Oh,
this is a natural. It's a natural supplement.
That's good.
That I take, and yeah, my little Willie over here, man, gets engorged pretty. I got no woman though.
Yeah.
I remember there was these pills, dude. That I was taking, dude, like back in the days when I was like in my 20s. Se llamaba Magna RX. Okay. Dude. And you know, back in the days, it was like the people were like into the penis enhancement and stuff like that. Y pues, you know, I have my lady. Y pues, you know, you're trying to please your lady, man. You know. Y pues, I didn't have no problems, you know, getting it up. I mean, I was in my prime, dude. You know.
Yeah.
Pero, dude, that sucker, man. I was taking those things, dude. No manches, dude. It was like it had all kinds of things, like the corny goat weeds of the world and the Damiana, the Posamero, the calabaza seeds and all that other cool stuff that is the yohimbe. That's an African aphrodisiac they use, man. Your freaking eyes will get bloodshot. Dude. Yeah, your eyes will get bloodshot. Seriously, dude, you'll get like a huge headache if you drink it like that, nomás. The Africans use that, so like what it does, it dilates your arteries, dude. They get them fat like this, dude. They'll get in like they'll and then so like your red blood cells will increase too. So you're freaking like you'll have like all kinds of like your blood pressure will actually go up too. So you imagine, dude, your thing's gonna be as stiff as a freaking board, dude.
Yeah.
And the yohimbe, se llama yohimbe. That's an African thing, dude. Like you can take it, you can buy that. You know, manches, some
I don't know.
African.
I don't. They have like herbal stores and stuff, and even in the tianguis they have like a little herbal section where they sell all these things, like, you know, natural herbs. And some of the herbs are, I think they're all like imported from Central America and stuff like that. So I don't know, but I don't know if they would have. I don't know if they would have that one exactly.
I studied all those things, man. I studied all those things for a long time. Y pues I was taking them, dude, just like because I was curious about it. Yeah, dude, man, that thing will like just like you'll just like that thing will take you to the freaking moon, dude. Or some people will say, man, that thing will stand up like if you're like in the Marines, dude, like as a attention. Your thing will stand up to salute you. Yeah. And dude, like it'll just make you naturally it'll just make your thing naturally big, dude. Like it'll just like make it big. Like it'll engorge it like to the point where like, you know, and then plus if you start like doing some of those crazy exercises people be doing like you know like the Arabs they teach their little kids, they teach their sons at a young age to do this thing. It's called jelking. It's like you milking like a freaking, like they milk the sheep or milk the cows, and you do that to your thing, and they show that to their youngsters, man. To, you know, so it's because their mentality is like, man, if you're able to please your woman, she's not gonna look at another dude. If you're able to please her, she's not gonna look at trying to get pleased by another guy. If you're good enough, you know. And or if she had somebody and then she gets you, and then, you know, you do this kind of stuff, and then you're just like good enough for her. You don't have to look for anyone else, really. You know, that's kind of what they look at it. You know, a woman won't do that. Pero hoes are always going to be hoes either way. Pero that's not the point. The point is that.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is a mental trip. You know, I think that because the reason I say that is, looking around here in Mexico, it's not uncommon to see like a really fat, ugly dude with like this model looking chick. It's just not uncommon to see that here. You can see that here. You don't have to be necessarily really fit, you know. But I think that it can be a combination of like, these guys, maybe they have their life together, they have money, right? Obviously. But also I think, because like even for me as a guy, like if it's easy, like I already had a couple of chances here in Mexico, but it was too easy for me with these females. So I was like, I don't know if I want to do this, because, you know, maybe you gave it up that easy to somebody else and somebody else and somebody else, and I'm like the third or fifth or sixth, or, you know what I mean? Like
this year.
Yeah. So it's just, when it's too easy, bro, it's almost like almost it's iffy, and it's a turnoff, really. I think it's a turnoff. And I think if there's like a little bit of like resistance, but like, you know, she's like still talking to you and there's a chance, and then you like conquer her, and then you guys get at it, there's more like passion, and there's more like it's just different, bro. It's just really, really different. And I think that, you know what I'm saying? And like
yeah.
I don't know.
Te voy a decir, mi suegro, güey, me estaba diciendo, dice, no, man, a mí las jainas que me agarraban, las que me mordían, las que me agarraban a pedradas, las que me tiraban fregadera y media y que me mentaban la madre, a esas es las que yo quería, a esas yo seguía. And dice que allá en el rancho que así las agarraba, que he wanted girls like that. He didn't want the easy ones. He wanted the ones que le tiraban pedradas, lo agarraban a pedradas, que lo mordieran y que no sé qué tanto, y que lo corretearan. Y dice, no, dice, es que se siente chido cuando te anda correteando la jaina y te anda tirando. Y ella viene enojada y tú risa y risa. Y dice, vas a ver, al ratito te voy a agarrar, vas a ver. Y al rato ahí dice que ahí las traía después al rato, on their knees, they were all right there loving him. And dice que the passion, what you're saying, the passion is just like incredible, dude. Like he said, that's how he got the mother of pues la mother de my baby mama, la abuelita de mi niña. She was like that, dude. She was like that. Dice que lo agarraba pedradas y no sé qué tan lo mordía y que lo correteaba. Y she's a little bitty thing like this, the lady. A little bitty thing like this. And yes, se mira canija la señora, man. Like you could tell she's bien seria, la señora.
Yeah.
And I think he was like the only person he was with. And le dije, y ella también era la primera para ti. Dice, no, esa era la esposa número 10, yo creo. Para mí. That fool was like, a freaking player, dude. That fool was like a straight up freaking player. Even today, that fool was like with youngsters. Y cuando dice que andaba con una gringa naso longo y no sé qué tanto, güey.
There's some, it's funny. That's why I'm saying that it's not always about looks. It's not always about looks because I have an uncle, right? Le dicen el negro, and he's like a really dark, Jerry curl type looking Mexican.
Jerry curl.
You know what I'm saying? With the fucking chinos and everything. And well, now he cuts his hair because he turned born again Christian. But before, when in his salsa days, bro, when that fool was in and out of the salsa clubs and everything, he had the big ass cola with the Jerry curls and shit, bro. And he was just like looking like El Buki. You know what I mean? He had that fucking Buki style, but like black as fuck Mexican, like.
Damn, El Buki. Damn, say no more.
Yeah, and this fool, he was 52 or 53, and he was pulling girls 20 years old, bro, in the clubs. He had girlfriends that were just hella younger than, and you look at the guy, and he was just ugly as fuck, ugly, but the way he talks to them and the way he dances and the way he like jokes around with them and like flirts with them and everything, like he had them in the palm of his hand, bro.
Hey, wait. Have you ever heard that? Have you ever heard that term? Que dice verbo mata carita?
Yeah. Have
you heard that? But that's what it is, man. And we used to like always make fun of like fools, like, well, no, actually we used to hate on them. Me and mi cuñado, like, ta madre, esos güeyes, mira cómo están, ese, no, pinche verbo mata caritas, y que verbo mata caritas, y there was this old man, dude, this fool, he had a body of a freaking 19-year-old guy, dude, but his freaking face looked like Freddy Krueger. Así, like Freddy Krueger, fool, like burnt and everything, dude, like the scars in his face and everything, See, like that, the nose and the whole thing, like the smile and everything, fool, like the whole thing. Even like, dude, era El Salvador. Y ese güey venía hasta acá, all the way to Wilmington, over here to work in the junkyard and pick your part. That fool was living in Tijuana. He said he had a 18 or 19-year-old girl over there in Tijuana with a baby of his. And that fool was like about somewhere in his freaking early or mid 50s or something like that, dude. But that fool had a six-pack. Fool had a six-pack. Big-ass arms, dude. Like, dude, I could never have a freaking body like that, fool. Like, that was just genetic of his, dude. His genes. Y ese güey, y luego como hablaba también. Sí, que sí, la gran puta. Dude. El verbo mata, bro. And we used to call him like that. Todos decían ese güey, el verbo mata carita,
Yeah.
But that fool, like, he'll show you, like, look, esta es mi jaina, and he'll show you pictures of them kissing y todo. Like, that fool wasn't bullcrapping, man. That fool stay all week over here, dude, all week right here in Wilmington, sleeping in his van, in his Astro van. And every weekend, then every weekend he'll take off to Tijuana to go over there with his lady.
I don't know if I would
You
want
know,
to see
every weekend.
Freddy Cougar kissing up on anybody, bro. I don't think I would ever want to see that,
Dude,
but I believe it, though,
it was
because
no
it's
joke, man. No joke. That fool is Freddy Cougar, man, straight up. Con la nariz picuda y todo. Like, he looked like one of those, like, old witches, you know? One of those old witches will be trying with all, yeah, see, man, but like in a male version, dude. That's how that fool looked, man. Like, no cap, man, no cap. It was just like,
oh, that's hella funny, bro.
Pues, at that time, I was like I think I was like in my mid-20s. I was in my mid-20s when I first met that guy, because I was working over there doing the towing. Yesterday, he was driving a 4-car carrier over there in Picky Park. And that fool was pulling girl. That fool pulling that chick, man. Like, you know, that fool, like, you know, es que verbo mata carita, you know? It's like just as simple as that.
It's true. So what
Just
it is,
man.
if
The way you present yourself.
If you can make a woman feel special, right? And mind fuck her in the sense that you're turning her on and she's interested in the type of person you are, and maybe your status or what you can provide for her, or you just have hella jokes, because females love guys with that can make them laugh, you know what I mean? And you got good charisma, and you got, I mean, all these things, bro. You got all these qualities about you. They will look past your ugly face, bro, and they will look past your fat. They will look past your everything. You know what I mean? The only thing that could kill that is that if you end up becoming an asshole, and then it starts getting complicated. But if you could keep that charisma going and be like, you know, legit, you know, with them and whatever, like, you know, they might be loyal to you. They might not too, because I was listening to this kind of like YouTube sex psychologist, whatever lady, and she was saying that the female has to be like really physically attracted to you, right? So what that means is that if you're not turning her on enough, you could still be funny, you could still be the guy with the jokes, but she might still cheat on you because you're not turning her on enough. And then she's going to work and she's talking to this guy that mind
Has to
fucks
be
her.
physically aroused, or else you go to the friend zone.
Or yeah, you go to the friend zone, or you just don't turn her on anymore. You know, you are, it's like a guy. Think about this. A guy, if he gets with the same girl, he's like married and he's like with her for a year, he still probably enjoys sex with her, you know, 2 years, 3 years, probably still enjoys it. But you get to that space where you go, well, yeah, it's great, you know, but you see other females that turn you on, right? And so you start fantasizing about other females, even though you already have something at home. Same thing happens with females. You know what I mean? They already have you, your husband. They have you, and they've had you a few times, and they've had you for years. And you don't think that they realize, hey, you know, there's this guy. He's got, I don't know, blue eyes and a nice tan and a nice jawline, and he's all, you know, buff and whatever, and the
He's
shirt's
taller than you,
taller,
you know,
and he, you
taller.
know, maybe he has some kind of Brazilian accent or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, people are smart. They play into these things. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, they have a little fucking a fling. Happens to guys. You know what I mean? It happens to females. You know, and I think that's another reason why too. Like, I feel like it's a combination of everything. It's like the perfect girl for me isn't just like a hot ass body, because if you have that, number one, you have a lot more competition because you got hella guys after her. And number two, if that's all you have, and then she doesn't have a good sense of humor and she's like very boring to talk to and she's not very smart, man, like you want a combination of everything, you know what I mean? And same thing for the girls, you know? So, yeah, I think it goes both ways, bro. We're looking for similar things, you know. What's up, little buddy?
Johnny Hash.
It's Johnny Hash Brown.
What's up, man?
He's your uncle.
Johnny Hash Brown?
Yeah, he's your uncle.
I want your culture.
What are you gonna tell him?
I spin my eyes.
You spin your eyes?
Yeah,
You
you
can?
try it.
Oh, let me see. Let me see if I can. I can't. I can try.
Yeah, man. I'll see you in a minute. Yeah, brother, man. See, man, it's because women are like, you know, some people say that they're the most complicated and most mysterious thing in the freaking universe. Son las pinches viejas. But at the same time, you just have to know how to decipher a lot of them, man. It's just they first have to cheat with their mind before they cheat physically, you know. We cheat. We're backward. We cheat physically before we cheat, you know, mentally. You know, like
we don't care. We're dogs. We if we see something that looks good, you know, it's just it's attractive to us, and that's all we really think about. But with the females, it's like they have to be emotionally into it for them to be like, all right, yeah, you know, this is gonna happen. You know, and then once they decide that, then they basically put the first guy on the back burner, but like like super bad, you know what I mean? Like the guy's he's not option 1 anymore. He's probably option 5 or 6, you know, like he went really down the scale, you know what I mean? Once that happens. But I don't know, has just been my my experience, because you know, like I said, I've been cheated on a few times, so I can only speak by experience. But that's how I think it happened, you know, because with these females, you know, I've had this chemistry with them, and then as a guy, you notice when the chemistry kind of starts declining, you kind of start feeling it, you know what I mean? And you know, I don't know, that could be a different variety of reasons, who knows? But you can definitely feel it.
Yeah, you can actually feel the cold shoulder, the cold shoulder they start giving you, man, when you're you know, they're doing something, you know, on the part. I mean, I kind of felt that with this baby mama over here when she was like getting ready to go, but at the end of the day, I kind of didn't feel nothing like that. She was trying to make the most of it, you know, and we weren't even sleeping in the same bed. Not until like the last 2 weeks before she left, we were sleeping in the same bed again. And but then she took off, you know.
Yeah.
But like I said, it never hurt me, man. You know, the other baby mama, she was always loyal to me, man. She never did anything like that to me.
Right.
Pues también she was, you know, I could just tell you, the pinche Carlos, man, me mandó message. He's like, are you man enough to be with an ugly ass woman?
He sent me that same message, fool, fucking Carlos way. I was
Is that
like,
right?
yeah, fool. He sent me the same exact message. I'm like, you know what I said? I was like, that's a trick question. I was like, but I know Chicano Steve's man enough. I told him like that, and he was just laughing.
You know what I said? I told him I already have. I've already dated girls below average, average, and above average. I've dated all three categories. So
Right.
so it's not a big deal for me, man. And you know what? To be honest with you, man, it's like for me, I never really look at the physical so much, dude. It's like if I like you, man, and you're a good person like that, you know, when I onda like that conmigo, I can see that you're good people, as a hyena and everything.
Right.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you what happened. You know how I lost my card también, my credit card, my
Yeah.
debit card,
Right.
where I got most of my cash in there, dude. So I called and me and her just started chit chatting, like just like like out of the blue. A lot of things I was sharing with her, a lot of things that how I was telling her, how I was telling you that they stole it, and didn't even get into it today, as far as how they jacked freaking grandpa, the grandpa mobile, they jacked the freaking van, and yeah, dude, and I expressed to her what had happened, and maybe I should talk about it a little bit. But first, let me tell you this. So this girl, man, it was a girl, right? And I know they're over there in the Philippines, dude. And you know what I told you about the Philippines before, right?
Oh yeah.
I expressed that to her, man. I was like, man, you know what I'm gonna do, man? My dream is to go live over there in the Philippines, get a big ass apartment for 5-6 families in there. I'll put 4 or 5 families in there, and they'll be paying me to stay in that apartment while I'm over there. And they're gonna pay me to stay in that apartment while I'm over there taking some cocktails over there in the beach.
Yeah.
I'm over there,
yeah.
and they're gonna pay me to stay in that apartment because that apartment's gonna be mine. And and I was talking to her like that, and
you're going to be renting out the apartment complexes. I mean the units.
And I'm nomás voy a estar cobrando. I'm not even gonna be the one cobrando. I'm gonna hire somebody para que cobre por mí.
Yeah.
Para que no se mire tan mal, so it won't look so bad like that, And get somebody, and then help somebody out, help somebody out. That's how the way I look at it. Give somebody like a manager position or something. If they need something, they need to call him. And if it's gonna be more expensive or something, like if it's like a major job or something, like a major water sewage or whatever, then he can call me, and I have to approve it. Stuff like that, right? Like I'm the CEO, or like I'm or the owner, whatever, or the president, and this was like the manager, something like that. Or hire like a management group of apartments, and they'll take care of everything for me, and I just gotta pay them a fee every whatever it is,
every month probably.
Simon, and or I'll pay him all right, and whatever it is, to make it more simple and better. You pay these fools up front, pay him for like an entire 12 months or 6 months up front. It's gonna be cheaper than just paying month by month,
Right.
Because they're gonna see the bigger check right there, and it's right there right now. So, pero yeah, dude, so I was talking to this girl, man, and I told her, yeah, man, and I told her what I was doing, what me and you were doing. I said, yeah, if you're interested, man, even you can tell me your story, and I told her you can just look at my YouTube channel, and then she went into the YouTube channel, like, well, I was like talking to her, like, that's you, like, yeah, that's me, the one with the bandana. And so okay, and go into my channel, you're gonna see my, if you're interested, go ahead and go in my email and go ahead and email me and stuff like that. Guess what she did?
What?
She went and go ahead and email me, dude. And she's been trying to get a hold of me like the last couple of days. I just saw the email this morning, dude. And I replied, and I could see her picture, dude. She's a freaking beautiful girl, man. Beautiful girl from the Philippines. Y pues no sé, güey, a ver pa dónde nos lleva eso. But she was like we had like a really good conversation, like 30 minutes, dude. We were like just talking, and some kind of chemistry of no sé, it's because they're very traditional people, and we're talking about Western women and Western people.
Yeah.
And how people are leaving the United States, like these. I remember, like I told you about these guys that call themselves the passport bros.
Yeah.
The majority of them are African American and leaving the pinche country right here, leaving the United States because the their women, their women. What I mean by that is like they're black women. I mean, look it up. You don't have to hear from me. With for you guys, regarding you guys, if if you guys question me, everybody's listening. But yeah, they just like they're fed up, man. They're like, you girls are like 5'6", 180 pounds, or I mean 220 pounds. You're like the same size as Barry Sanders. Put.
Yeah.
Or Bo Jackson.
También.
And Kevin Samuels are like, man, you could hit the fifth in the motherfucker. You can hit the fifth eye or whatever it is. Like you can run really quick.
Yeah.
And just making fun of them. Like, dude, it's because they say there's more women out there that are more heavier than no freaking men. But that's not the point physically. But not only that, it's emotionally the way they are, dude. Like with them, they're really masculine. And these guys are fed up. They're fed up with getting women that are super masculine, trying to fight you and trying to combative and stuff like that. They want somebody that's traditional. They want traditional men, but yet they're not traditional themselves.
Right.
Y pues, ¿cómo está eso? You want somebody that's going to be traditional. That's going to be there. You want somebody that's going to support you. That's going to be there to calm your nerves down. To like a person, like it's like a support a system. Where, hey, a ver, mijo, necesitas algo. Let me take your shoes off and ya está la comida hecha. You're coming from a hard day's work. And you want some water.
I think what it is you want a team player. You want somebody on your team. You know what I'm saying? Not somebody that's gonna bitch at you and expect more from you, but somebody that's gonna like realize, okay, this guy works, this guy brings money home. I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna clean. I'm gonna do my part for this.
And they take it as slavery, dude. They take it as slavery. That's the messed up part about it. They think that, oh yeah, these guys want these girls to be like, want me to slave. I work too and this and that. Like, it's not about that. You got to know your spot. But you're right. You're right what you're saying, dude.
It's a team effort, and I think that, like, okay, if you cook for me, for example, you cook for me and you're a good cook and you're living with me, I'll help you with the dishes. I'll help you sweep the floor. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with that. But if you come to my house, you don't know how to clean, you don't know how to cook, and you expect all kinds of shit from me, it's just not gonna work. It's gotta be a team effort. You know what I mean? If I see that you're doing 50%, I'll meet you halfway. I'll give you that 50%. You know what I mean? And
talking about things. Those things.
There's a green one over there, mijo. Put it over there in your bed.
I'm cool with helping the female, bro. That's not what I'm saying. But she also has to offer her part too, Whether that's
how I was,
or whatever, yeah.
That's how I was with baby mama, la mamá de mi niña. She never had to struggle with anything, and I would say, it was like a 50-50 thing, and I never, I would even make food for her, and she didn't have to, sometimes she'll come from work or whatever it was, or I came too, and I'll be the one cooking the meal for us, man, and I'll be the one cleaning the freaking room sometimes, and I'll just tell her, hey, chill out, me nacía.
Yeah.
I'm like, just relax, relax, honey, let me I'll go ahead and freaking rub her back and stuff like that, and give her a little nice massage, and tell her to relax, man, que se meta a bañar, and I'll go ahead and scrub her back and relax, put her in bed, and let me go get you something to eat while you need something right now, just let me know. The room is clean, everything's nice and good. Y pues así yo también hacía, and that's how it was.
You gotta do your part as a man too, and try to make them feel special. You know what I mean? But it's like, I think it's more of like, the problem is the attitude. Like, I could do what you do and I don't fucking need a man, and fucking, you know what I mean? Like, I think that attitude is what I don't like, because, you know, that's just not a type of woman anybody wants to fucking date or be with. You know what I mean? Not that type of woman.
Just like we talked about these girls, they call themselves independent women that need no man. The what was it? In the IWHDMM or something like that. They call themselves like independent women that need no man. Like, yo, really? Who the heck's gonna fix your dang car? Who the heck's gonna pave your dang road? Who's gonna do the plumbing in your house? Who's gonna fix something that's going on with your electricity or whatever, eh? Who the heck you gonna call? If there's trouble in your house, a big ass police officer, or you're gonna call a big ass woman that's a police officer? Who do you want to come to your house?
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
No, I understand what you're saying. To be fair though, there are some like really butch women that, they're in the police force, or they're, plumbers or mechanics, but it's really rare, like, compared to like guys, because guys naturally, like, you could see kids at like 5 or 6 years old looking at their dad do mechanics, thinking, I'm gonna do mechanics. You know what I mean? It's like, it's engraved in our brain. So these type of like manly kind of work, it's like females, they play with dolls usually, so they're growing up thinking of taking care of babies and changing their clothes and combing their hair and shit like that, and for us it's more like we're playing with fighting tools and fucking guns and like slingshots and fucking play tools, and we're thinking like we're fixing things. Like, I used to take apart, my dad used to have like these different electronic apparatuses, and I used to take them apart, and I used to see like all the wires and shit, and I used to get really curious with those type of things, and it's a little bit different. I used to get in trouble for it too, but I didn't care, man. I used to love taking apart all these like little gadgets that my dad had. But yeah, I think like these like manly jobs, like being the police officer that's gonna protect, and he's gonna fucking get in a fight probably, and he's gonna have to detain someone and cuff someone up. Usually you do want a man to do that, or mechanics, there's mechanics that have been mechanics for 2, 3, 4, 5 generations, and they're usually men. So you know what I mean? Can a female do it? Yeah, they can. Do they usually? Not usually. Doesn't mean they're not capable.
The problem with a woman is that they're more emotional than logical, and it's been proven by science that they're not so intellectual as a man, or logical as a man, or stoic as a man. They're just more emotional. They go based on their emotions a lot, and they're guided by that. And a lot of times that's how they make a lot of mistakes, because it's like, it's because I feel that this is like this, or cannot tell them different sometimes, even though the evidence are there, but they're not so logical. They don't think like that, dude. They're just like they lack that part in their brain. They lack that, like, in their physical DNA. What we have, we can be emotional. We have that too, as emotional. And I tell you that because there's been studies about that scientifically. Ellas no son muy intelectuales. They're just more emotional than anything. But we could be emotional. But we have that intellect. That's why we're able to hold back in a lot of things. Them, they don't think about something like they hate that girl. They're gonna go there, la van a agarrar las greñas. Us, we think about the whole thing like, oh man, si lo agarro este güey de las greñas, luego van a venir otros más cabrones, and then no me la voy a acabar, and then like next week you know, they're gonna find me somewhere by myself, and they can catch me slipping, and they're gonna beat me up and stuff like that. And we think about all that, you know. But ellas no, they want to just like knock out right there, and they don't think about that other stuff we're thinking about, you know. Okay, later on they're gonna catch a slipping. Okay, this shit's never gonna end. They don't think about that. They just think about that moment, just knocking her ass out, and that's it. You know, agarrando la pinche terror freaking greñas out. That's what they think about at the moment, because it's emotion. But they don't think about what's gonna happen next. But we do. That's the difference between a man and a woman. In that way, you know. That's why they say, oh, men and women are equal. But it's really not, dude. I mean, they came from our rib, just like the Bible says, or like God or whatever, you know. The people that believe on that, you know, most people don't. Pero bueno, that's another topic. Pero la neta is the things, you know, scientific stuff is, you know, studies have shown that, you know. The bottom line is that they're very emotional, you know, and we can be emotional too. We can think the same way too, you know. Yeah. We could just be emotional too, you know, vale verga todo, you know. And we can just balls out and shit, you know, and we don't give a. Like I don't give a rip. I don't give a rip, man. I don't give a, you know. Ya su madre, you know. Me voy a partir la madre, no me importa lo que pase. But that's already kind of like, if you see somebody talking like that, another camarada, you're like, este güey está pendejo, you know, look what's going to happen, fool. Te van a venir a buscar, güey. You beat this fool up, that fool starts bleeding, it's going to come with like 20 other fools, you know? And that's how we think. That's how we think, you know? But ellos no piensan en eso.
I think we're all capable of everything, you know? I think there's females that are capable of being logical. And I've seen very logical women, but I think
esas son veteranas. Esas ya son veteranas, like the shit that they que han pasado esa madre. That's why there's a lot of women like that.
They're usually very, very educated women that you know, they've gone through a university or something, and they're well spoken, and they don't have the attitude like I can do anything a man can do or whatever. See, here's the thing. If you know you got it, you don't have to fucking people that know they have a certain attribute, they don't need to tell people. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I speak English, right? And that's like a weird commodity here in central Mexico. But I'm not walking down the streets of Mexico saying, yo hablo inglés, you know. That would be weird as fuck, you know, because I don't need to do that. I don't need to show that off. Like, I already know I speak English. There's no need for me to be out, you know, telling the fucking world that you know. So all I'm trying to say is, like, if you're an educated woman and you're a logical thinking woman and you're an intellectual woman, it's going to show. Just the way you speak, just the way you talk to people. You don't need to say, I could do everything a man could do. You know what I'm saying? Because when people hear you speak, they know you're intellectual, they know you're educated, and now you don't need to say that you're successful because you already are successful and people can see that in you, right? But that's a big difference from other females that are like, oh, I could do everything a man could do and I don't need a fucking man and blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, if you really, 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 really did not need a man, you wouldn't have to say it. It would just show in your personality. It would just show in your being. You know what I mean? So I think that we're all capable of doing everything. Yeah, usually guys are a little more curious. We're a little more philosophical, where we like to invent things. You know, I think that maybe 80% of the world inventions have been by a man, you know, and
I think it's more like 90%.
It's probably,
say.
It's probably more like 90, but I'm being nice, maybe like 80%, but I'm talking about important.
Yeah, you be generous.
Yeah. But I'm talking about important inventions, like, you know, the submarine, the airplane, the computer,
I think somebody can only name. I think they let somebody name like one, like name me at least three female inventors that, you know, this and that and this and that and this and that. And I think there's only like one at the most two that they can name. Like, I forgot the name of the woman. But you know what I mean? Everything. It's like I mean it's not. It's like in general. It's not. It's like I'm not generalizing all the women, but I'm saying like in general, that's how all women are. You know, because there are the special ones like you're talking about, bro. There are those special ones that really are really stoic and they really have that intellectual thing, dude. Yeah, see, way. They're really, really smart, dude, and they know what's up, like what you're just saying right now, dude. And I got a lot of props for those women, because there are women like that.
But they don't have the need. They don't have the need to say stupid shit against men, because they
praise them.
They praise them, and they're already. See, the thing is when you're
back to the girl, they talk back to the girls that are talking smack about the men about this.
Usually, you know, because there's no real need to attack any gender, you know what I mean? But I just feel like, I don't know. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, man, I think we should cut it short. You know, we've been at it for almost an hour and a half. But it's always fun. It's always fun to be out here with you, bro. When are you going to go on next? Sunday?
Yeah, Simone, Sunday, there was somebody in and out earlier, but I think we had just like nobody came in really, but that's all right, man. You know, we're like, you know, we're just getting started, so. Pero yeah, Sunday, dude, Sunday, we'll try to get it a little bit earlier, so more people. Right now, a lot of people are out and about. Maybe we should probably change our schedule from Friday to something else. Maybe like on a Wednesday or something like that.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it. Or we could just probably do only Sundays, you know, because I know Sundays when people are in their house or kicking it, watching videos or whatever, and they could probably tune in. And I've always noticed that on Sundays I get more people that tune in. You know, and maybe we can do this in your platform, because you obviously have more followers, and it was, you know, I'm getting started, and yeah, shout out to you, Miss Filipina over there. If you're watching us, you know, I look forward to talking to you soon. That's my friend. That's my brother, right, man, Johnny, and look forward to talking to you soon, man, and having you over here to our podcast one day, and you can come and tell your story just like we spoke. You know, you can come over here and tell your story. You know, because our thing is we're gonna try to diversify a lot of things. And you know what, brother, there's something I want to tell you about too. All these fools that I met over here, you know, acá en este barrio, all these people that hang out in the railroad tracks. I got a lot of fools, man, that would really want to tell their stories. I told them, I expressed to them a lot of the things. The thing is that I got my Galaxy phone, dude, that this fool sold to me, pinche white boy. Shout out to white boy, by the way. The pinche Galaxy, dude. It's a badass phone, dude. I don't know if you can see it, man. It's a badass phone, dude. Oh, this is not it. Oh, this is not it either. Not this one either. It's a Samsung.
I see it. Galaxy.
And so this fool said that it's locked, man. I thought he told me that he had the password, but he says no, man. He said no, man. I don't got it, man. Gotta get it unlocked, man. So he talks like that, you know. They're like, oh, dude, so you telling me, man? I gotta get it unlocked. Yeah, man. I told you, man. Told you gotta get this shit unlocked, man. And so I gotta get it unlocked now, man. And I try to go the last couple of days, but the place was closed. The guy that I know. Yeah, I gotta get it unlocked so that way.
Is it password locked, or is it password locked or carrier locked?
You know, I think it's just password or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. Let me see. It says enter password to even turn off the phone. It's weird.
I think there's a way you should look it up on YouTube, bro, because there might be a way to get past that.
I'm gonna try to see what's up, dude, because I want to record these guys. I want to do the videos because that way I can, les compro unas caguamas y pues we'll go ahead and interview these guys because there's a lot of fools right there, man. They have a lot of story and a lot of them agree to do it. Like, yeah, man, I got a lot of stories, man. I got a lot of stuff that I can talk about, man. And they all wanna tell their story, dude, because they're hungry. They're hungry for some kind of attention, some kind of help, or some reason, something, like some kind of. A lot of these fools need attention, dude.
Exposure.
Try this one, dude. Simón, y pues pues no sabe nada de esta madre tampoco. Y pues,
you have to always check your notes and have this and that.
Y pues pues, and I'm just gonna, I told him I'm just getting started too, man. But it's just like I would like to have you guys come in and I'll do the interview because I want to diversify. That's why I told the lady también, Miss Filipina, that I want to just not just puro cholos and gangsters. I want to diversify with any people from around, anybody from all walks of life, for us, that we can, me and you can talk to, It's just not, no nomás me, me and you. It's because that's why our podcast is like that, it's our podcast, Brown and Chicano. And so Simon. Yeah, Simon, okay, man. I stay
right,
take care, brother, man, and
thanks for having me,
brother, man. Yes, I was.
Órale, brother.
Thank you for coming in, man. Thank you for being around with us.
Yeah, no, pues we'll keep it going on Sunday, like you said, and then we'll decide from there. We'll see, if we're gonna change the day or if we're just gonna do Sundays or whatever. I guess we'll talk, but yeah, I guess we'll see each other on Sunday again. Thanks for whoever tuned in and whoever was watching, and yeah, like Chicano Steve said, whoever wants to tell their story, that's always been an option in our podcast. So if you guys want some exposure or you guys just want to get your story out, this would be a good place to do it. But yeah, thanks everybody. Thank you, Chicano Steve. Thank you, my brother. And see you guys on the next one.
Everyone is invited, dude. Everybody, guys can come in, man, and just keep your heads up, guys, man. God bless you guys, man. Godspeed, man. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Tune in. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Make sure you touch in your notification pad for my channel and for Johnny's channel too, Johnny Hash Brown's channel. Go ahead and comment as well. You guys have anything to say, and we're open for any kind of discussion, man. Anything, anything new, stuff like that. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Push the notification button, guys, and comment. Tell us what you guys think about us, man, and we'll go from there, man. Godspeed, guys, man. Puro Chicano U-turn. Y por ahí andamos. Órale, guys, man. God bless you guys, man.
God bless.